and welcome to Uzima Lifestyle Center Eat for Health. We are so glad that you joined us for this episode. We are so delighted that you are here with us. Remember that our episodes are released every other week. So please share the word and let your friends know that we are having a great time eating for our optimal health. By way of the announcements, I must remind you that our next Eat for Optimum Health cooking class is starting on September 22nd. So you need to go to our website. There is a discount for early registration and make sure you're registered. The class again is starting in about 2 weeks. That is on the 22nd of September. So we are looking forward to seeing you. And the focus of that class is Eat for Optimal Health, building your immune system as we prepare for the flu season. So eating healthy as we prepare for the flu season, building up your immune system is what we're going to focus on for that session. So welcome again to Eat for Optimal Health. Now for today, we are going to make something special. I know a number of you like lentil, and lentil is really a very good protein. So we are going to make lentil fritters. And quick question, what do we need for the lentil fritters? All the measurements have already been done for you. So we need our 1.5 cup of cooked lentils. Then we have our 3 cloves of garlic. Then we have here our onions finely chopped. Then we have our parsley. We have our salt. And here we have, it is calling for chickpeas flour, but I've decided to use red lentil and just pulverize it in the food processor or the blender, and then you're going to have your flour, right? So it can either be chickpeas flour or you can use your red lentil and make it into a flour. Here we have our baking powder. And here we have our cumin, and cumin is very important, it's a very good spice. And then we have our, very important, our chili powder. Now, the recipe calls for olive oil, but we are not going to use any olive oil in this recipe. You're only going to use olive oil if you want to fry, but we want to keep things healthy, so we are going to bake our fritters, okay? So here we go. So all we need for this is this is cooked already, so we're going to put it into our Vitamix, and we are just going to pulverize it for a few minutes. We want to make sure that it's not too soft, so you give it a few little pulse. Okay, that looks like it's okay already because it was nicely cooked. I'm going to check it to make sure that it is the right consistency. Okay, this looks like about the right consistency. So now that we have our lentil pulverized or blended up a little bit, I want to make sure that it's not blended too much. Sorry about that, that fell down here. So this is the consistency, right? When you blend it, this is the consistency. All right, good. So to this, we are going to add our different ingredients. But as you know, my custom is I like to tell you a little bit about the ingredients we are using. So the main ingredient in this is the lentil. So we're going to talk a little bit about the benefits of the lentil. It helps with your muscle. It regulates your blood sugar. It's good to lower your cholesterol. It supports heart health. It is very good for digestion. It helps with the nervous system. It is also a good to control your cholesterol, and it helps you to get the good cholesterol. It fights against cancer, and it gives you a lot of energy, and it's also good for weight loss. Then we have garlic, and you know garlic and onion and parsley, all of them similar family. They're all antioxidant, antifungal, and they produce a lot of antioxidant that is really good for your overall health. And then we have our salt, we have our lentil powder, our lentil flour. You can use chickpeas as well, and the other ingredients. So here we go. So we have our lentil that is already, we put it in the food processor, or you can put it in your Vitamix and you blend it up together. And then we are going to add our garlic. Then we're going to add our chopped onions. As I said, this is a very simple recipe. Then we're going to add our parsley flakes there. Then moving right along, we're going to add our salt. We're going to add this last. Here we have our baking powder. Keeping everything. This is our cumin, and cumin is a very good spice. It gives it a nice little flavor. It's an Indian origin spice. Gives it a nice aroma, a nice, very nice flavor. And then we have our chili powder. So we put everything together. Let me get these out of our way. And we blend it all together. Very simple. And then now we are going to add Now I want you to look at the consistency very well. And while you're having all of this blended up, make sure you have set your oven to 360 degrees. So while this is blending in very well here, I am going to set the oven to 360 degrees. So again, this is the consistency. You want to make sure that it's not too stiff. You want to make sure it's a nice consistency. Do you see this? So this is a nice consistency for your fritters. So we have it all nicely blended up. Now you can use a scoop, or you can use one of your measuring ladles, and you just, before I do that, remember you are to put some oil in your pan so you have it ready. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So we are going to just put the olive oil in and make sure. You can use palm spray as well. So when you are ready, you just measure it out like this. Good. You want to make sure that the lid, it's not too full to the top, so you can get a nice size. Sorry. Now, depending on how many people you are preparing this for, you may want to do more lentil or less, right? So it all depends. You can double the recipe, or you can cut the recipe in half depending on the number of people. This particular recipe that I shared with you, this is for about a group of about 8 to 10 people. Each person getting 1 fritter, but if you want them to get 2, you will want to double up a little bit. Okay. This is it in your pan, ready to go. Leave a little space in between so that when it bakes, it's, it has enough room. Okay. So you would let that stand for a few minutes, and as you can hear, my oven is ready. So we let that stand for a few seconds, few minutes, and then we are going to place it in the oven. So here we have it, our finished lentil fritters. See how nice and yummy they look? So now we will take them out and we're going to put them on our plate with some salad. One more in here. So here we have our plate with our lentil fritters, and we can serve this with a little tomato sauce. You can just cut up your tomatoes and put a little lemon juice and a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt. Now if you're going to have guests, you can just put a toothpick in there so that they can serve themselves. So here's our finished product, our lentil fritters with tomato sauce, and here we have some salad in the middle. So this is your complete dish. Remember, as always, our goal is to eat for optimal health. And just before we finish, I just want to remind you of our Eat for Optimal Health cooking class. It is starting September 22nd. You can go to our website, www.uzimalifestylecenter.org, and you can register. Early registration is up to the 20th, and you will have a discount. And after that date, then you will have to pay the full amount. And the class is going for 6 weeks. Remember, we are focusing on Eat for Optimal Health, building your immune system as we prepare for the flu season. It was a pleasure doing this cooking for you today. I hope you will try this recipe, this lentil fritters, and leave a comment on our page so that we can know how yours came out. Thanks again for joining us. Remember, your body is God's temple, so eat to bring honor and glory to God. Thanks so much for joining us today. Bye now. See you in the next 2 weeks.